Hello guys, what's up? How's everybody doing? This is Tutagamon. Welcome to another one of my benchmark videos. In this video I'm going to benchmark Project Cars version 6 in maxed out settings. This is a digital recording at 60 frames per second, which is done on an external recorder. So what you will see in this video will be pure performance. As you can see, the system is idling perfectly right now, so it has nothing to do with the recording itself. I say that in every video because it is very important. I would not recommend recording benchmark or performance videos with software. In any case, this is my system, a Core i5 2500. The system is overclocked to 4.8 GHz. There we are. It has 16 GB of memory, and the graphics card is a GTX 970 G1 model from Gigabyte. It is also overclocked. The real boost will be 1.5 GHz. We will see that at the end of the video. GPU-Z does not know the max boost. Latest firmware, of course, and let's go and see how the game performs. Of course, I'm going to use fraps and we will see the result in this file. This is my previous run at ultra settings, but only SMAA, sub-pixel morphological anti-aliasing, and in this video I'm going to use maxed out settings. I'm going to increase the other anti-aliasing method, and we will see how this affects the performance. I don't need the intro. Let me show you the options. All settings in visual effects tab are enabled, and for the performance tab I'm using 1080p resolution as always, and everything else is maxed out. I cannot enable the FXAA. The game does not allow to use that if you have SMAA enabled. SMAA is sub-pixel morphological anti-aliasing is much better, of course, and I'm using DS9X anti-aliasing, which is the maximum possible anti-aliasing setting. Everything else is at ultra. So we are looking at maxed out settings. Okay, I did not change anything. The game can be a real dick sometimes. As always, I'm going to benchmark the Azure Coast stage 1 level, 31 opponents, and the Gumbert Apollo S. So let's see how the game performs with these settings. It did very well without the extra anti-aliasing method. So let's see how it performs. Out. I'm going to let the opponent cars move away for a few seconds, and then I'm going to engage the autopilot. That should be enough, and I'm starting the benchmark, of course. You can see that with maxed out settings the frame rate is considerably lower. It was to be expected. It does seem a little sharper, of course, but I believe that sub-pixel morphological anti-aliasing alone is more than enough for an excellent picture quality. Performance now is less than half it was without the extra anti-aliasing method. finished. Let's see our result in numbers and graphs in our usual utilities. First of all, Task Manager shows very high CPU activity, but we will see that in a more clear way in MSI Afterburner. As you can see, the frame rate result was 37 frames per second, quite a lot lower compared to my previous run. A little accident here, no biggie. Frame rate and frame times graphs. Much harder work for the system with these settings. The GPU usage was maxed out, of course, in this run. The graphics burden was a lot higher than due to the extra anti-aliasing method. CPU temps are okay though. The CPU usage continues to be quite high. Well-threaded game. CPU usage average 5.4 gigabytes of total system RAM used. GPU temps 1.5 GHz for the core clock, 2.6 gigabytes of video RAM used. CPU temps average, not bad. But let's see what FLA calculator has to show us with all that data. I need this file. Comparable frame rate at 34 frames per second. The frame rate graph, pretty consistent between 30 and 40 frames per second. The frame times graph, sorry, if we set it to 16.6 milliseconds, we can see that we have a lot of frame times that are above that mark, and for the 33 milliseconds, okay, now we have most below that. We are way above 30 frames per second, but also way below 60. And another frame times chart, frame times, variability, the average, and of course our donut. We do have a little stuttering even with these high settings. That shows how much well balanced the game is, at least for the GTX 970. Variability at 1.70 milliseconds and an average of 27.38 milliseconds. Not bad for such settings, but personally I would advise against them for a GTX 970 at least. In any case, this is the end of this video, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.